All right, what's happening, fam? L.A.R. movement still moving. Book is entitled Lessons from a Non-Custodial Father at Amazon, Kindle, and Create Space. A link will be in the description box below, as usual. This video is entitled What Kept Women Never Told You. So, because I was raised by my grandparents, I got to see the difference between the transition between kept women and independent women, right? Now, I'm just speaking from my experience, what I've seen. Could be different for some people, but let's just get into it. There are things that kept women didn't explain to these women. Like, women used to, he brings home the bacon and then I cook it. And then the daughters would say they were raised to not be able to depend on a man because their mothers didn't want to be stuck in the house depending on men. Because there were some guys that were good and there were some guys that weren't. But at the same time, there were some women who were not team players and out for self, and there were some women who were. So it's a mixed bag. But what they told these ladies was, the ones that got that lesson of go get your education so you don't have to depend on a man. What they didn't say was you won't depend on a man. You'll depend on numerous men. Because once you get your education and you feel like you're making your own money, you're not bringing home a family income, and the man that you're with fulfills his role as a man and takes some of the not just the responsibility but the cost of living down. So, see, your husband used to fix your car. Now you go to a mechanic. Like I said before, feminism created a new economy. So now you want both. You still, they didn't tell you can't have both. These women didn't tell you that they if they could do it all over again, they said they would go get an education and go work for themselves. But they didn't tell you that they didn't want to work as hard as their husbands. They didn't tell you that. They just wanted to, work in a comfortable setting, comfortable society. And some of y'all got it because we can tell by your practical practice. That's why, all of this equality in some ways is a farce. Because do y'all want to work out in the elements? Most of you don't. Do you want to work long hours? Most of you don't. Do you want to work days at a time? Most of you don't. Do you want to do the dirty jobs that keep the society maintained and clean? Most of you don't. You want to be equal only in the comfortable settings. In the uncomfortable settings, you want men to be men, and that's what men are supposed to do. And the kept women never told you that when you get into this confrontation with men about wanting equality, you're gonna get it across the board. You can't, ain't no such things as halfway crooks. You feel me? See, the kept women never told you that when it came to getting cheated on. Some of you ladies don't realize, y'all don't do anything for the men in y'all lives. Anything. Y'all have a problem catering to the men in your lives. And I'm talking about the men who actually are bringing value to your life. The men who are actually making your life easier. You don't value those guys. You don't do anything for them. Why would you cook for him? Why would you clean for him? Why would you buy him a gift? Why would you go out of your way to show him affection and love, and why would you be his teammate and companion? A lot of y'all weren't taught that. So now you want the benefits and you want somebody to do everything for you that go with the gender roles, but you do nothing back. Because the kept women never told you that they didn't know how to keep a man. That's why they was getting cheated on. That's why I talked about fidelity at first. See, the kept woman never told you she wasn't taking care of the kids at times. She wasn't taking care of the house, but she was a kept woman. The kept woman never told you that it was, she spent her time. Look at those old movies. The women be in the house all dressed up on the phone. Do you remember? That baby by the milkman, that baby by the mailman. So it was alpha, beta bucks back then, right? They had households like that. Well, these women wanted to be kept, but they didn't want to do a doggone thing. And they raised their kids, and now their grandkids and great grandkids are like that. And it's just third, fourth generation worse off mentality, because now it's normalized. You think that's okay. But the kept woman never told you that men ain't really gonna go for that. The men back in the day, they had a family here, maybe a family across town. They never told you that. And I'm not saying, and trust me, there were some guys who were completely dead wrong. And I'm not going to ignore that. That's why I'm saying it right now. But there were some guys that were like, you know what? Why am I going to go home to that house? Why? She ain't taking care of the house. I'd rather go somewhere else where this other woman takes care of the house. That was the birth of the side pieces. Unsatisfied men, not greedy men on one end, unsatisfied men on the other, who were doing what they were supposed to do, but kept women never said they wanted kept women never told you they wanted to be kept, but they didn't want to keep their man, and they didn't want to keep their kids. And you see that how it's played out over time in society. Kept women never told you that. Kept women never told you that, just like the family court laws and divorce laws are set up to make sure women don't get shortchanged and robbed for the hard work that they're doing right in the house. Kept women never told you that they had no plans. They just wanted the money. See, kept women never told you they never loved that man. Even back in the day, they loved the lifestyle. That's why now you have generations of women who think it's normal to chase a guy's wallet and think he should be okay with that. The only reason, I like him because he has this and he has that and he has that, and I'm coming to the relationship as me, and he's going to cook and he's going to clean and he's going to pay for the bills and he's going to take me out to eat and he's going to take me on trips and he's going to buy me stuff and he's going to give me his credit card and he's going to let me shop and just do me, and he's going to cater to all of my whims. And if we have kids, he's going to, if I need a maid, he's going to get a maid. If I need a babysitter, he's going to get a babysitter. And I know it sounds crazy, but I've seen this. I've seen this in my own family. I've seen kept women sleep all day while the nanny takes care of the kids, and the chef comes and cooks. And if the chef doesn't come and cook, then they got to go out to eat. But the kept wife is mad that the husband is like, I'm going out in these streets. I ain't got time for this. How dare you be unfaithful to me? You know what? I can't take this right now. The stress. I just got out of bed at 4 o'clock and the nanny's leaving, and I just can't take the fact that you're just not, you just don't understand how I feel. I'm going to Cancun, keeping the babies here. Goodbye. The kept women never told you that that's what they do. The kept women never told you that at the end of the day, the money that they collect is never going to go for the kids and grandkids' well-being. The kept women never told you that's why guys didn't like women being in charge of finances a lot of times. Because I think women are great at saving selfishly. I think women are just selfish to their core, from what I've seen, because Ask a woman if a woman can have a stash while she's you got as a man you got to buy this, stashing this. As a man you got to do this, stashing that. As a man you got to stashing that. Woman wind up rich as hell over 10 years. Where you get all this money from? Guy just like Lord have mercy. That's my money. I've earned it. But what do they do with their money? Do they open a business? No. Do they invest? No. Do they make sure their kids can inherit anything? No. What do? Shop. Go kick it. Get their nails and their hair and nails done and have little, grown, girly sleepover type events. And they pay for it, and brunches and mimosas and stuff. But the kept woman never told you that wasn't sustainable. The kept woman never told you, that the idea that you want to be kept leaves you with no skills. And that's why there's some women out there who are hard workers, who had to get it. And even some of these daughters who are told, go to school, get an education. They can't fathom not having any type of skills. They looking back at their own parents like, the kept woman never told you, that manners can go a long way. Because a lot of what got these women to be kept in the first place was etiquette. So I think what a lot of these kept women understood was they weren't teaching their kids etiquette anymore. And that made their run to be kept longer. Because the younger women who don't have etiquette, class, decorum, aren't ladylike, now they're going to be competing with women long in the tooth because guys actually are attracted to that etiquette, that decorum, that class, that ladylike energy. So now 40, 50, 40, 30, 20 is all in the same bunch. And everybody has the mentality to be kept. A kept woman never told you that at the end of the day, the fact that you say that you got your own and you don't need nobody, they never told you that once you do that, you erase a man provided. See, these kept women who still playing the kept game, even if they hit the wall. Oh, I can't do that. Oh my God. I don't want to. Oh, my nails, my hair. Oh my God. Guys are like, okay, baby, I do it. Some of y'all, I got it. I got it. Kind of hit me in the chest too hard. So, because of that, you're not kept. And then, kept woman never told you that because she didn't teach you etiquette, you was going to be frustrated because you took on the man's role. And here's the crazy part that y'all didn't fathom. The kept woman never told you she might have made sure you can get on your feet to keep her if it all falls apart. Aren't there a lot of daughter, mothers in the same house? Grandma, daughter, mother. Well, grandma, mother, daughter, same houses. And everybody got a plan. Well, I watch the kids. She ain't really watching the kids for you. She being kept. A lot of you young ladies know this already because a lot of y'all drop y'all kids off on y'all parents because, for one, you're getting back at your parents because your parents wasn't ish when you was a kid. So they going to watch your kids just like they threw you out everywhere to go kick it to be kept. And kept woman never told you one of the most important things of all. When you're dealing with men, not little boys, men. If you have no responsibility to the household, to the family, to the unit, you forfeit your right to be kept. And they never told you that on purpose. Because nobody's going to keep an ingrate. So, this is what, like I said, my experience is what I've seen. For now, we out.